Hello. There we go. Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I'm very happy to be here with you with Pink and Mean. I saw lots of people in the chat already. Sorry I jumped in, a minute late, but I was just making sure you guys were all here. That's all. I do want to go through and say hi to everybody while we're giving some time for other people to find us. So I saw Miss Helene was here early, and Miss Jackie Ann. I see Virginia is here, and Julie. I see Kelly saying hi to everybody. Let's see. You guys were chit-chatting. I love to see that. I see Melissa's back at home and excited to be back here with us too. Everybody's checking in from all over the country. Everywhere seems cold, I think. I see Susan's checking in from Georgia. I see Norma's here checking in from Arizona, where it's still 75 degrees out. You are very lucky. Norma's checking in. Angela's checking in from Arizona, where it's still warm. Your little thing icons were the same color. Threw me off. I see Kathleen. And Barbara's checking in from Oklahoma. Let's see. I see Miss Kay is here. Oh no, teeth extraction. I forgot that was today. You did warn us about that. I'm sorry that it's upsetting your stomach. That's the worst. I see Miss Judy's here with us. And Sharon and Michelle. Elizabeth. Man, gang's all here, guys. Maria's here. Let's see. All right. I think... Oh, and Lori. I see Lori. All right. To anybody else who jumps in or is watching this in the replay, thank you so much for coming to hang out with us too. This is the November stamp of the month. I believe the subscriptions did already go out to everybody, but this is the Retirement Fun set. So it has stamps and the coordinating dies. I'll get you a good look at it. Very adorable. A little alligator fishing. There's got a bunny sunbathing. This little elephant's going to travel the world. We have a little cozy reader. We have our golfing hippo, and then a little snoozy bear. So this seems pretty straightforward on using it to make retirement cards, right? The sentiments are retirement, where every day is a Saturday. Life begins at retirement. Time to put your feet up and relax. Congratulations on your retirement. And then cheers to the next chapter. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's cute. That's a very practical... You're going to come in and tippy-tappy, aren't you? Okay, hold on. Let me go get her bed. She's been having hip problems, so we can't have her tippy-tapping. So this looks like a very practical, good stamp set to have in your stash. At some point, you're going to know somebody who's retiring, and then you're going to be ready. But in the meantime, right, I don't know anybody who's retiring in the next month, but I am finally in full holiday Christmas making mode. And so when I was looking at this, the first thing I saw was the little owl reading and the big comfy cozy chair, and that cheers to the next chapter could also just be for a reader, somebody who loves to read. So we're going to be using that to make a non-retirement card, so that if you have the subscription, if you got this in your stash, but you don't necessarily need a retirement card at this exact moment, I want to give you inspiration on other ways you could use this set. Even for these guys, right? The beach, traveling, taking a nap, being cozy, golfers, all of these can be used with other sentiments to do a completely different card. So I grabbed some supporting cast members here, and what we're doing is making a bookmark that's going to tuck into our card. So we're getting a card with a gift, and then we'll also have a room for a gift card in our gift card. It made sense in my head. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they're so cute. I do love them. Oh yeah, winter and snow. No, thank you. My craft hair, guys, it's been a long day. I just want to be very transparent up front with you. I did a 4-hour live today for Bloom fundraising for Wounded Warriors for Veterans Day. 4 hours straight. And I'm 100% genuinely saying I am very happy to be here with you guys. But there's a good chance I'm going to mix up my words and be a little frazzled today. My craft fair was nice, but not necessarily successful. After the table fee, which was not even a lot, and lunch, I made $14. That was my profit. So, you know, not the best ever, but that's okay because it was still for a good cause. But yeah, not my best craft show ever. Yeah, the one in the chair could totally be a get well card. Even the one napping on the couch could be a get well card for sure. Here we go. I'm going to grab some Ice Rink cardstock. And we're going to start by just stamping out. I'll just trim around it. This our little owl in the big comfy chair. There we go. We're going to come in with our asphalt ink. Ooh, look at that. Perfect on one stamp. Love that. There you are. Angela, I sell my cards for, and I'm not saying this is what they're worth. I'm just saying this is what I sell them for $5 each or 5 for $20. And I had one half of my table was all like winter and holiday, and the other half was, you know, sympathy, miss you, encouragement, hello, thank you. And I organized them all in bins by theme. Why does my camera look crooked? That looks better, right? Okay. Yeah, Helene, totally. The for using these in other seasons, right? This guy, 100%. Could be retirement, could be summer, could be whatever. Even the time to put your feet up and relax isn't really retirement specific, right? You could use that for whatever. All right, so we're going to come in with our Olo markers, and some of these spots are a little small, so we're only going to do 2 color blends for a couple of these. The overall pattern vibe we're going for is the Kraft Christmas pattern paper. These are what the bookmark and like the background are going to be made out of. So kind of this like a very Christmassy red and like a very yellow green kind of green shade. So I don't know exactly which one, but that's the general color vibe of what we're going for. So I'm going to pull out this plaid. Again, not saying we're married to the plaid, but just so I can use it to gauge my color choices that we're going to make. Oh yeah, Elizabeth said the rabbit could be cute as a end of the school year for a college student or like even like a teacher. Anybody that gets to now enjoy a little summer vacation, right? I think I want the chair to be red, but I like to do my red last. So we're going to color everything else first. So let's start out with our owl. Our owl. That's a hard one for me to say. Maybe that, and maybe this. So I want the face to be lighter than the outside of his little head. So I'm going to come in with that OR 4.8. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My heat just kicked on. So if you hear a little sound in the background, that's what it is. I know this mic is better, but I don't know what else it picks up. Hey, Karen. No worries. And hey, Connie. How are you guys? All right. So I added some at the outside of his little face where his little like widow's peak is, under his ears, and then along the wings. And there's like these little spirals drawn there for kind of the feathers. So we'll fill those in as well. And then on the other side of that, I have my 4.7. Well, those are very similar. Okay. We'll fill in the ears. We'll bring that color up a little higher on the face, but not filling in. And then the same on the wings. This isn't enough of a jump for me. I want still one lighter. Here's 7. O-R. Perfect. We have a 4.4. Ooh, Brennan's rocking out to some music over there. I'll see, and that's really light. So because this is a big jump, I'm going to do some tip-to-tip coloring. We're going to pull a little bit of our 4.7 ink onto our 4.4 and then tap that in, and you can see how now that gives us a really smooth blend. Really pretty. I really like that. And then you know what? We'll use both of those lighter shades for the face. So I'm just gonna roll my marker here on the side to get that extra ink off like that. And now it's clean and good to go. So for our little face now, what was our lightest will be our darkest shade. So we're gonna scoop that kind of under his face and right above his little beak. And then some 4.2, and we'll fill that in. We'll come back in a minute to shade in that beak. Okay. Bernina. Oh, poor Brennan. Okay. If the chair is red and we're kind of going on like a cream, brown, green, red combo, I think I want the blanket to be maybe that like cream and limey light green. Since we have the checker, we can do like a little checker or plaid. So let's start with a cream kind of color just to add some shading. So OR 1.1, I'm going to pull that in from the outer edges. And then I'll just do the top and the bottom a little bit. We'll come in with our 1.0. And we'll use the white cardstock as like our highlight, right? So just kind of breaking up some of that, that space. And then for the little cup, I'm just going to tap in a tiny bit of the 1.1. I don't even know if you guys are able to see that. There you go. just on one side to give like a little hint of a shadow. We're gonna let that dry before we add in our green. So if I guess we can do a lighter green on the blanket and we'll do a darker green on the book. That seems like a plan. So I still want to stick with my YGs even though we're going darker. So we're going to pull in some YG 8.7 on either side, and then one little line down the binding. Okay, then we'll go 8.5 and just fill in the rest of the cover, being careful to not touch the top part where the pages are. Right, that's a good one. I really like that. And then, oh, and you know what? We'll use those one more time before we put them away. This big book down here will be a dark green, then we'll do a red and then a light green. And this can have a little Starbucks nod to the sleeve. Starbucks sleeves aren't red, or aren't green, but I feel like it always leans that way if they have a little green sleeve. Okay, for the blanket, I'm going to come through with the YG 2.5 and add this to the edges since it has that like loopy line. And then I'm going to come right next to these black lines that are coming down vertically. And I don't know if it's going to show a huge difference, but we'll go one lighter for that 2.3. And this one, I'm going to come through the middle. So right in between those lines. And that'll give us a cool kind of plaid look. Right? Very cute. Did someone say Starbucks? Yes. There we go. I'm sure I missed it. I'm sure Jackie Ann asked for a Zoom and I didn't see it. Oh, and let me grab that one more time. I want it for, what did I just do with that marker? I want it for the little book. Right? Am I zoomed in? Now I'm zoomed in. Now I'm zoomed in. There we go. Okay. So for our very Christmassy red, Elizabeth, yes, I am only going to be using Olos now when we're live for Pink and Main. All of my Pink and Main lives are going to have Olos. If you are diehard Copic colorist, I will still have those over on my channel. I would love you to come follow me over there. But a lot of the shading and placement that we're doing is the same regardless of the marker you're using. So I want everybody to also keep that in mind. I just feel like I'm going to need, stop, one lighter red. Where's a good lighter red option? You're orange. Luna, stop. All right, we're just going to make it work. So I'm starting out with my darkest red. We're going to put in our darkest shadows here where the owl is kind of covering the back of the chair. And kind of around the owl, kind of making like a little halo where it's blocking out the light. Okay, I'm also going to put, I'm just going to fill in this part down here because the blanket's covering it, under the books. And then I'm just going to pick a side. For us, it's going to be, for both of these, I'm just going to stick with the same side. You could also do it symmetrically, but I'm going to go to the right and add this shadow. So now we've established that there's a left light source. Okay, so that was our 1.7. Now I'm coming in with 1.5. And we're gonna make sure that we're putting down red where there's white, but that we're also going over that first red color, because that's what's gonna get these two to blend and not just look stripy. And if needed, we'll do some more tip to tip coloring, because that trick again also works on Copics or Ohuhus, and definitely works really well with our Olos. All right. I don't know how much lighter this is going to be. It's not really lighter. About 0.4. There we go, that'll work. So our 0.4. Okay, on those outer edges. And the reason that they're working, even though they're not like technically in the same lineup, is because that second number, we're still working from a higher number to a lower number. There he is, so cute. So we did 7, 5, and then 4. So 1.7, 1.5, and then 0.4. Coming with a little bit of our points, 1.7 and our 1.5 for these little books. And then I just want a touch of brown down here for the little feet on the couch. Last step is some orange for that little beak. Adorable. All right. Yes, Heather, the Olos are very juicy. Very, very juicy. To the point that I still haven't used them enough that any of them are even remotely close to dry. So when I open a cap, I try to like check it and make sure that it's not going to drip, because that is how much ink is in there, which is a great problem to have, because with some of my other markers, I get the surprise excitement, the surprise joy of taking off the cap and realizing that they're completely dried out. That happened to another 3 of my markers that are up here from Copic. So I have never had that problem with an Olo, to be sure. I think Olo also had a post last week, recently for sure, showing what the inside of their markers look like and how the ink comes out. That was fascinating. It's a really cool how the little like ink reservoir straw thingy works. I was very impressed. And I love the kind of like behind the scenes, how it's made sneak peeky part of that. Okay, there's our cute little owl. Is the brush nib longer? What a great question. No, it's a tiny bit thicker at the bottom The tips look very similar, and they're just about the exact same length. Okay, so we have our main image. I am going to stamp the cheers to the next chapter onto our bookmark, but we have to make our bookmark first. So let's set that to the side. Let me take out all of these different pieces so we know what we need to pick patterns for. So we're going to be using the newer simple gift card pockets. We're going to use this on the front of our card and probably add one of these to the inside of our card. Then from the mini slim set 2, we're using this one to be our bookmark because it looks like it's going to fit perfectly into that little sleeve. And then to go over the little pocket, I grabbed the winter, it's in the description, the winter sentiments, winter something like that. And I think we're going to do merry and bright. I really wanted like a warm wishes, but those are the warm winter, and I still wanted this to feel very like Christmassy. So either be merry or merry and bright is I think where we're going with that. But so we need a main layer to our card. We need a bookmark, at least one bookmark paper. We need a pocket paper. That's what we need, right? I feel like that does look really cute with that plaid. So maybe we will put in the plaid. Helene said she thinks the plaid's lining up pretty good. I also don't hate this in the mix. But I feel like I want like a pop of red if we're going to go with those. That's not the right green. That's the right green. Right, there's like a more yellow green in this pack, and the, oh, that could be pretty. Maybe I like that. We like those 3. I think that's pretty cute. I like it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I love these pattern paper sets because anything, like any combination of those is gonna look good, right? Yes, Brennan, Halloween's over. I'm fully invested in Christmas. Thank you very much. You know this. I messaged you last night. I made 3 Christmas cards last night in a row, which never happens to me ever, of any kind of card. I never do that many at once, but they were speaking to me. Winter greetings. Thank you, Helene. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I guess we need a card base. I know. Brennan's gonna, between that and the Christmas card part, Brennan's just gonna be so shocked. But we need a card base because I do want to put a gift card pocket inside. And we're going to put in a Starbucks gift card, but that's just because those are the empty ones that I have on my desk. I don't have a book, but you could totally put like a Barnes & Noble or something in here for your reader person or wherever they like to buy their cards. Okay. I do kind of like that as the background. And then maybe that as the pocket. I don't know. That's a lot of pattern. I guess the real question is, which one do I want my bookmark to be? I think I want the plaid as the bookmark. And maybe we'll just make like a little banner or something for our sentiment. Okay. So plaid bookmark. Red pocket. Yeah, no, I think that's the call. Okay, we're gonna add some tape runner to the back of our polka dot. And add this to our A2 side folding card base, which you can find from Pink and Main, pre-scored, ready to go. Oh, Michelle, I did not go to Chicago Planner Conference this year. I had a craft fair this weekend, but with the tariffs and stuff, we weren't able to go to Chicago. But I also am, for pretty much the same reason, not able to get from Delaware to Florida. But thank you for the reminder. There is a Pink and Main grand opening official celebration party happening this weekend at the new and improved and updated store. So if you are in the area, in the Florida area, highly encourage you to go and meet everybody. Jackie Ann, it's what Michelle and Libby asked me to do. Pink and Main carries Olos, and so we're going to feature Olos on our lives. Wow, Brennan said he made 4 Christmas cards and they're all on card bases. Look at you go. Look at us panicking, putting everything on card bases now that we're so close to Christmas. Okay. So that's going to be our pocket. And then this is going to be our bookmark. And what I'm also going to do is die cut it from a piece of stop sign for the back. So it's like a little bit reinforced. Yeah, Helene, exactly. Oh, Connie is going to be at Pink and Main on Saturday. That's so exciting, Connie. Take some pictures. Report back. We're going to want to hear all the details next Tuesday. You're going to have to give us all the inside scoop. Okay. Please pause or don't pause and talk amongst yourselves while I get these 3 die cut as quickly as possible. Passing these through my Big Shot. Right? We're all so jealous of you, Connie. It's so exciting. Oh, and Julie said that they're gonna be down in Florida for Thanksgiving. Hopefully you can do it. Nebraska's getting Northern Lights. They said even here in Delaware we might get to see Northern Lights tonight or tomorrow. I'm on high alert. Ever since that Simon Says Create, now every time there's any mention of Northern Lights, I'm like right on top of it. I like tell everybody at work. I send out all of the links. There will be no solar space events without my knowledge. Don't worry. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but I love a little tassel on my bookmark. I love a bookmark tassel, and I think we need it for this one. So before we adhere the front to the back, I'm going to take some twine and we're going to make a little loopy tassel situation, and then we can build kind of on top of that. So let's grab some twine. But we're going to have to make a decision because we have our Kraft and white, and we also have red and white. Or maybe we do both, and then we don't have to make a decision at all. I vote for that. I'm out of decision-making abilities for today. So we're going to take some of both. Oh, Judy said she's looking forward to the challenges. Oh, because Brendan reminded us there's a new challenge coming on Friday. So definitely keep an eye out for that. All of our challengers. I don't know. I feel like that is more than enough, right? For a little tassel. I just kind of have it doubled up there. How do I want to do this? I guess in my head I wanted it up here so he's like peeking out of the top of the book. But I guess he could really be down here. Or he could even be sideways, and that way our sentiment can come this way. Okay. Change of plans. We're not going to sandwich it. We're going to use some of our super strong, easy tear tape to adhere the front to the back. Sorry, I had to sneeze. There we go. Just like that. Take off that backing paper. And then I'm just gonna use a regular hole punch to add a little hole to our bookmark for our string, our twine to go through. There we go. So by doing it that way, both sides now have that very clean stitched line. I love that. And then I'm going to take a hole punch. If you have teeny tiny circle dies from something, you can use that too. But we're going to make it easy on ourselves and hole punch. And then I'm going to, so I already have this folded in half once. I'm going to fold it in half again. And the side where they're already cut loose, I'm going to cut the other side loose. Okay. These looped ones are going to go through our hole punch first. And it's okay if you have to, like, you know, jam them in there a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to put my finger through that loop, grab onto those loose ends, and pull them through. Right, so that's just going to make us a cute little tassel on both sides stuck in your head. Oh goodness, Julie said I've been saving up. That's a good plan. That's a good, smart plan. All right, I know I said we were going to put it sideways, but I do just love the idea of him peeking up out of that pocket. So we're going to have to put him here at the top. And then we'll just figure out wherever else, everything else needs to go. But he's too cute. He's got to be seen. Coming in with my Pink and Main liquid glue. And he's going to go right under that hole punch. There we go. So cute. Okay, for my gift card pocket, I'm gonna start by just kind of gently folding along these little score lines, folding my tabs here back. And it takes a second with this thicker pattern paper. It has that coating on it, that printed coating that's a little bit different than regular cardstock would feel. So you don't want to force it because you might kind of jump out of the lines. So we kind of gently fold it over first and then we can reinforce it. Okay, let me make sure that my plan's gonna work. Oh no. Oh, it's tight. I think it's still gonna be worth it. I think I still like it. Let's see. I might add a little extra score line. Just right next to it. And I think that will give us a little bit more wiggle room. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Just adding that little tiny bit on the one side was enough to make that go in a little smooth. Yeah, the little owl peeking out is good. I definitely like where this is headed. Okay, to add our pocket, we're gonna need our super skinny easy tear tape. I will tell you that we used one of these pockets on our little Halloween peeker card where we made like a little goblin out of that elf. And when I went back to it afterwards, the card was, or the little envelope part, gift card part, was having a hard time sticking because it was all of this coated paper. So we are going to use the easy tear, but I'm also going to go in with liquid glue next to those areas to just make sure that this is secure once it's dry, like as secure as I can get it. So let's take off our backing tape, backing paper. And I'm not going to use a lot of the glue. Just a little bit right next to, or on like either side. I don't want it on top of the tape either because I need that to hold it in place for right now, and I don't want it to be like slippery from the liquid glue. So kind of above and below, or on either side. All right, if this is gonna sit like that, this needs to go pretty low. There we go. Let's panic check it before it dries. So good. Oh, I love it. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. Now we need our big old bold sentiment. And like I said, I was thinking Merry and Bright, but let's see what they look like. I guess we know this fits, so let's pop it back in just so we can see like layout size wise how we're looking. So like that's Merry and Bright. So still kind of fitting in that column. We have Merry Christmas, which would break over the edges. I don't know. I kind of like that it's all in that column, but it does kind of make me want to put something little on either side. Maybe that's what we'll do. Like I just want to take some red stop sign cardstock and take a little sliver down each side. So why not? It's our card. We can do what we want. I need my big old chomper because my, a wire cutter doesn't do great. So that's 5.5. That's perfect. And you're at what? 5 3/4. So I don't know, that seems too much. We'll just do 2 1/4-inch strips and see what that looks like. Merry and Bright. Yeah, I agree, Julie. I like the Merry and Bright, and I think we'll do a little red and white with that shadow. See, I think adding that little framing on the side helps to give this like very column feeling. I'm digging it. Okay. There we go. Yes. Right? It just like breaks it up. It helps it feel very intentional and not like this thing got plopped in the middle, right? It's like we're making a little frame for it. You guys know I love a little mat or a frame. All right, so the next question is, are we doing, I think we got to do white shadow, red letters. I think that's the ticket. So let me grab the rest of that ice rink we used earlier. I think I want the white background because it's going to pop the most off of the pattern. So it really like makes the letters stand out. Julie, I also love when my not planned plan comes together. It doesn't always happen. I promise you, as many things that have happened successfully here on our lives, I have many, many other examples of when they didn't work out that way. So I'm going to die cut these. I'll be right back. Yeah, see how like that white shadow's really gonna like pop it right up off of that background. So then we have our little Merry and Bright we'll add to the top. And then the last thing will be figuring out adding that little sentiment to the, or we could just stamp that sentiment maybe on the red back of the bookmark. That could be cute, just like at the top on the back. Right? Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I know, I'm sure you're shocked to know that that's a thing that I do. Okay. We'll pull out the Mary, and we have a little E sliver in here we have to get out. I'm going to start with the Mary and work my way down. When in doubt, you can always kind of like use this as your base, but I think if I just start with the M and work my way across, we'll be okay. Let's see. Little tiny dots of liquid glue. That's a little too far over. That looks better. That little E came out, but it didn't go away. Go away. Hey, Shanna. Shana. I'm sorry, I should know that. How are you? Okay. Come in with our E-R-R-Y. Ooh, I feel like that one went on really good. All right, then we need our little and. I don't remember what this thing is actually called. Everyone is like, ooh, the tittle on the eye. Like, we all know tittle now, but what the heck do you call these things? I write with them all the time. I just don't do them correctly. It goes like right in the middle. Like right over the G. I think that's right. I probably should have done bright first. Oh well. Let's see how bad it's going to be. Oh no, it's going to be perfect. Okay. Good news. Now the heater kicked off and it feels so quiet on this side of the camera. The vent to the heater is literally right under my desk. So that's fun. All right, let's add our little eye, our little tittle. With my little embellishment wand, pokey tool, if you will. Oh yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth said, friendly reminder to give the video a thumbs up. 32 people watching, but only 17 thumbs up. Those little things do add up and help YouTube to know that they should push our live to new people to find. go. Merry and bright. Oh man, I love this so much. Love it. I love it. Love it. We're going to liquid glue it because I know I said I was going to put a thing on the inside, but now I don't think I want to. Gift card thing. If you wanted to do it, I would just do the same pattern as the front one, but I would do the horizontal pocket. You fold it the same way, you pop it right in. But I think that I'm good with what we've got. So then I'm going to take this guy, and I think to keep things easier for myself and as like a little like hidden like cutesy nod, then we'll add like cheers to your next chapter on the back. What do we think? Do you want it at the top? I kind of like it at the bottom. I like it at the bottom. All right, I am not going to risk it with a freehand though. I'm not going to do that. That's where I draw the line. Helene said, I might have accidentally called you Shannon. Okay. Let's see. Cheers to the next chapter. Try to get that straight. Check it with my little misty door. It looks pretty good. This is very small, so I would not recommend this one being a heat embossed, but you do what you want to do. Test it out if you want. I'm just going to go with some black ink. Right? But next chapter for a dedicated book person literally just means the next chapter. So what a perfect double use for a retirement stamp set. And in the inside, in my, like whatever I'm writing to the person, that's where I would put like, by the way, that's a bookmark, take it out. But how stinking cute. I love this little tiny font too. Cheers to the next chapter. And our little reading owl. And he slides right into our gift card sleeve. Oh, I need a little more glue on that part. I gotta just let it dry. Put something heavy on it while the liquid glue dries. Oh, thank you. I went for some like fall neutral, but I just love that glitter. You know, I love glitter when it's out of focus too. So yeah, that is our super fun holiday way to use the new stamp of the month, Stamps and Dies, which are retirement themed, for a non-retirement card. So that way you're not just waiting for someone to retire to use it. You can start playing with it right away. I think it's really fun. And I love a card that is also a gift. And not just like because we worked so hard on it, but also like a gift. All right. I love that you guys are loving it. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys all have a great night. I will see you back here on Thursday. We're going to play with the foil of the month, and the foilables and all of that fun stuff. So definitely come back so we can hang out on Thursday. If you have any requests for something maybe that you'd like to see paired up with foil from one of the previous releases, let me know. I can dig through and find some stuff by request. leave them in the comments. I'll check back. But yeah, otherwise, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you back here on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, happy crafting. Have a good night, guys.